Where do I go after this, right, dear?
Google Maps said go straight for an hour.
Chess, did you just say an hour? You've already driven 7. Are you sure you have the right address?
Yes, probably. You're along for the ride anyways, Mark.
I'm just saying, Google Maps or not, we in the middle of nowhere right now.
Well, he isn't wrong. This place was desolate, nothing but snow, birch, and maple for miles. I'm starting to wonder what kind of people live.
Lucy, darling, baby.
Sorry, love, lost in thought. Yo, Bent, did you call the owners before we left?
Owner, and yeah, I called him. He was happy. We didn't change our minds, actually.
What vibe does he give off?
Bro, I don't know. Friendly, I guess. Why?
Just wondering who we were dealing with.
I just call him the forest freak.
What?
Because what else there to do in forest besides get freaky?
Nah.
You nasty, bro.
Yeah. Anyway, you trying to get some sleep, baby? We got up pretty early for this and still have some ways to go. Best to do it while it's warm.
Yeah, I think I'll rest on you. Wake me up when we're there.
I got you, hon. Sleep well. We'll be there soon enough. Wake up, Lucy.
Are we here?
Yes, son. Ben's chests are unloading their things while the owner waits inside.
We should take a look around before we go in, then.
You just read my mind.
We both step out the car just as Chess and Bence go inside. I begin to shiver as the cool air whips my face, hitting my nose with scents of sap, wet bark, and something foul. Mark wraps his coat around me, smiling as he leads me to the lake view. The few rays of sun peeking through the dim clouds reflected off the icy lake and glistened in my eyes. My only concern is the smell. It keeps getting worse the closer that we got. Regardless, I can't help but smile and know he probably feels the same.
This would be a great place to hide bodies, huh?
Or not.
I wonder how stable it is. I'm gonna see how far I can get before the ice seems weak.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Who's that?
Yup, she's another one 2 days before completely freezing. You'd sink instantly in certain spots.
Thanks for the survival tip. Some of us need it.
More than you think. Why don't y'all come inside and get warm so I can close this window? Your friends are already upstairs and unpacked, so we'll meet down there.
Let's go, darling. We should only need our backpacks for the rest of the night.
True, and it's getting colder by the second. I take a look back at the lake only to catch the sunlight quickly fade away. After some introductions, we learned that the window man's name was Gerald, the property owner of this beautiful house. At first glance, it's a cliché, cozy log cabin.
Well, now that we exchanged numbers, I'll be on my way out. Here are the keys, not that you'll have to worry about any visitors. Hope the 5 of you can enjoy your stay.
There's 4 of us, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's been a long day. Must have included myself in the count. I gotta get out of here before the storm gets worse. I'm only about 2 hours away if you guys really need me. Have a good night.
Good
night.
What y'all trying to do now?
Movies? It's already 5. I don't see us doing much else.
Bet that. Mark? Lucy?
We already took the best spots.
I hate you so much.
We watched movies till we were practically passed out on the couch. The only reason we moved is because Jess said that we should all go to our rooms. Something about the windows making her feel like she was being watched. To be fair, the beds were much more comfortable than the couch. It's been such a good night. My body jolts from slumber and shock, but I'm being held tightly. Mark lays next to me, clutching me in one arm with one hand and in the other a knife, staring at our open door. Baby, what are you? He covers my mouth without hesitation. His eyes are wild with fear. It's only now I realize how much he's shaking. He leans in closer to whisper in my ear.
Baby, we didn't leave our door open.
A shiver ran down my spine. So just close it if it's open. He slowly shook his head no. His eyes showed desperation, a desperation for life as he pointed down, put a finger to his lips and cupped his ear. I stayed silent and listened as closely as possible. My body quivered in sync with Mark's at the realization there was someone under there. For how long?
We need to go. It'll take some time to crawl out, so we have to sprint. I'll hold the door closed while you run to Benson Chess's room.
What if there's more of them? I almost asked until I heard the breathing get heavier, sharper, excited. I nodded my head instead. Mark held up his fingers. 3, 2, 1. At the first sign of movement, a hand clutched the side of our bed. Mark practically shoved me out the door, leaving himself on the bed. As I looked back, I caught a glimpse of what seemed to be like a haggard woman until I saw the demented smile she wore with pride.
Run!
Snapping back to my senses, I ticked off down the hall, hearing 2 loud thuds, footsteps, and a door repeatedly slam. I bust open Benz's door, who's half asleep. Benz, Mark's in danger!
Where? Where?
Dude, get the hell over here. I can't hold this door much longer.
Without another word, we all ran from the room to where Mark is struggling to keep the door shut. Ben's getting the picture, takes the knob from his hands, and pulls it tightly with minimal effort.
What the hell's going on?
That's what I'd like to know.
A woman is in the house hiding under our bed with a machete.
The door banged harder and faster as wails of frustration came from the other side.
Y'all saw me lock all the doors and windows. Lucy even double-checked. She must have broken in somehow.
From where? We're miles away from civilization. How do we know she wasn't here the whole time?
Mark, did we ever check our room before going to bed?
We didn't.
Wait, guys. Why'd the banging stop?
We all stood in silence as the color drained from our skin, ears perked for the slightest noise other than our own heartbeats. Our heads flashed towards the rapid footsteps running up the stairs.
Move, now.
We scurried into me and Mark's room and slammed the door behind us. The click of the lock brought a sense of security as the footsteps stopped just outside the door. We were all still. Find an exit!
Let's use the window.
We're on the second floor.
If she can do it, we can. Unless you're the one who opened the window in the storm.
She's right. Lucy and Chess go first.
At those words, the rattling stopped and the woman spoke ecstatically.
You'll be a part of me forever. I can't let you go now. We're going to be a big, happy family. Doesn't that sound nice?
Don't wait for her to finish. Go!
We can't.
You're the one who said it was the best option.
We'll break our legs, which won't exactly help our escape plan. We're practically hitting solid ground.
Then you two need to hide now.
Chess and I had no other choice. Helpless, we could do nothing but watch from the closet.
You've been playing our game, trapping yourself like rats without even knowing. Now you can either join the family or die like pigs!
A woman charged Bence with a machete raised high above her head, ready to split his. I shut my eyes as she swung down, only to hear a thud. Mark threw a chair in between the two, intercepting the machete. Without missing a beat, Bence throws the chair away, along with the machete.
Take her down!
Bence charges the woman, tackling her. She goes limp as her head slams against the wall with a thud.
I think she's knocked out. Or dead.
We can make sure she's dead.
No! We exited the closet slowly, joining the semicircle that had formed around the woman. Without her smile and the weapon, she seemed so normal. Just a middle-aged woman. She even had a wedding ring around her finger. Can we tie her up?
Maybe if we use the sheets. I'll get on it. Has anybody tried to call the police?
We're in the dead zone, remember? And I doubt the storm is helping.
It's almost as if she was right. We may have the upper hand, but we're stuck here for the time being. All our heads turn as the room becomes illuminated by a blinding light from outside the window. Hesitant, I go to check the window before Mark puts a hand on my shoulder, shaking his head.
Let me check, baby.
He crept to the side of the windowsill and peeked out with caution, barely exposing his head. His legs still shook from the earlier encounter, but there was a newfound hope in his eyes.
I think it's the property owner.
Really? Do you think we can trust him?
He's our only shot, bro. Your car hasn't run in the snow for hours. I thought we can even start it.
Let's just go downstairs before he comes in. I don't want to be trapped up here again. The group silently agreed and shuffled downstairs. Our steps weary, we practically fell down the stairs to stand behind the door.
Everyone ready?
No.
Too bad.
Without much rational thought left, we filed out into the view of Gerald's headlights, hoping for some help. Chess was the first to speak up.
Gerald, your property was broken into.
The only response was from the wind. I could tell the feeling of dread welled in all of our stomachs. Look, dude, we have an insane woman tied up. My body goes stiff as a chunk off the wall beside my head explodes into dust. The ringing in my ears isn't loud enough to stop me from hearing Mark yell.
Into the house, go!
Bence shoves us all in. A shot hits the doorway just as he closes it.
We need to hide.
Where? He knows the entire layout of the house.
I don't know where.
Where the hell is my wife, you bastards?
My mind immediately flashed to the ring around the woman's finger. We all looked into each other's eyes and shared the same thought.
Where?
Everyone broke off into different parts of the house. I hide behind the island in the kitchen. Bence hides behind a couch and Chess is in the downstairs closet. I peek around the island in time to see Mark take out his knife and run upstairs. Baby, no! You'll be trapped!
Shh! You'll give yourself away.
We fall silent as heavy footsteps enter the house. My curiosity gets the best of me and I peek around the corner. A dark figure stands in the doorway, illuminated by the headlights. I don't need to see his face because I can see the gun in his hands. Lighter footsteps can be heard progressing further up the stairs, and the man's head turns towards them.
I know you're in here.
He stepped deeper into the house.
We could have been happy, taking it a day at a time, living off the land as one big, happy family. But you soiled it all. It's all ruined.
He almost sounds sad, defeated, lonely.
We tried with the other guests. We tried so hard. We were hospital people. But you're all so goddamn ungrateful.
His head turning to the closet, he tightened the grip on his gun.
Ingrates like you make me sick. I called you so many times and yet I don't feel anything anymore.
He steadily prods towards the closet, stopping right outside the door.
I commend the scum like you that have tried to fight back. But you hide like rats. Like cowards.
He points his gun at the door, reaching for the knob. My heart raced, and I knew Bence was itching to move, but it all felt helpless, like fish in a barrel. Gerald spoke in a hushed voice to the chest behind the door.
Are you ready to die like a coward's death?
Just as he was about to fling the door open, weighted footsteps filled the air.
Hey!
The man wildly flung his head around, steadying his aim towards the top of the stairs. Mark slowly stepped out with a knife to the woman's neck, using her as a human shield.
How's your aim, Gerald?
Get your hands off my wife!
Drop the gun. Now!
Gerald lowered the weapon before lunging for the door and pulling out Chess. With the gun to her head, it's a standoff.
Put her down, or I'll blow the girl's head off.
Please, just let us go.
Shut your mouth!
I have 3 friends and you have 1 wife. Who really has more leverage?
Mark?
Don't play with me, boy. I'll kill you all.
Keep talking and your wife gets skewered.
Mark's eyes flashed in my direction, making contact for a second before flashing to the knives on the counter. I understood what he wanted, but I didn't know if my body would let me move.
All right. How about we make a trade?
Lose all my leverage? Yeah, nice try.
Gerald slowly shifts closer to the middle of the living room, not noticing Bence behind the couch beside him. With his back turned, I slowly reach up to the counter and snatch the knife, the cold metal waking my senses.
Let's both slowly put down our weapons.
Let's.
Mark's eyes flash wildly towards me and Bence, praying that we got the memo.
On the count of 3.
1.
My blood rushed to my ears faster as my body prepared to sprint.
2.
The weapons dropped ever lower, the gun no longer pointing at Chess's brain. Bence now practically besides the man.
3.
Now!
Gerald's arm cracked back towards Chess's head, ready to shoot, until Mark dropped his weapon and pushed the limp woman down the stairs.
No!
Losing his wits, he starts to rush towards the woman at the bottom of the stairs, throwing Chess to the ground. Bence intervenes, locking Gerald's arms from behind. Gerald shoots around the house out of frustration, shrieking.
Let me go! Let me go!
Not letting this opportunity slip, I put my body into action, running around the counter towards Gerald, his eyes wide with fear as he notices the knife in my hands.
Please, no!
The kitchen knife enters his neck and pierces through the other side, narrowly missing Bence. Gerald's mouth gurgles as he spits up blood. His voice was barely comprehensible.
I just wanted family.
Life drained from his eyes and his body fell limp. Bence gently laid him on the floor before comforting Chess. Mark ran down the stairs, embracing me in his arms. I was visibly shaking. I hadn't killed anyone before. Chess broke off from Bence's arms and walked towards Gerald's body.
Your family.